Hi guys, this video is going to cover version 2 of Immersive HUD. The Sky UI alpha is going very well, and I think version 3 of that mod is about to be released sometime soon, so I feel pretty confident about releasing version 2 of Immersive HUD, which does use the MCM menu from that mod. Now, for those of you who don't know what Immersive HUD is, it is basically a mod that hides away the compass and the crosshair unless you need them. So for example, with the compass you can toggle it on and off with a key, see, on and off. With things like the crosshair, I have it set so that when I have a spell wielded I get a crosshair. Same is true if I use a bow, but not if I use a mace but without a spell in my other hand. So empty hand, no longer have a crosshair. That's how I've got this set up. It is also, if I use stamina now, you'll see the stamina bar appears, and then as the stamina refills, normally once it gets back to full stamina, the stamina would wait. As you saw there, stamina just disappeared as soon as it got to full. If you're wondering why my stamina did not regenerate particularly fast, this character is a vampire. It's actually very good to show you that particular feature, because otherwise the stamina bar disappears way too fast. Now, version 2, the official release, does require SKSE 1.6.3 or later. It uses the very latest key detection code, which is very lightweight and very easy to maintain. You are going to need SKSE 1.61 installed and running correctly. And I do mean correctly. Every time I've had someone who has reported the mod is not working, the compass is not appearing when they press the button, it has turned out that they have had SKSE installed incorrectly. Most people think that all you need to do is go to console and type get SKSE version to see if it is working correctly. That is no longer the case. There are a lot of scripts that must have been installed in the correct place in your data folder. So if you don't get the compass appearing when you press the toggle key, it is almost certain that your SKSE is not working. The only other explanation I can think of is you have downloaded a corrupt version of the mod, so uninstall it, download a new version and try that again. Now, the settings for this mod can be changed in the console, and I have included a list of console commands on the front page of the mod on Nexus. However, if you have Sky UI installed, the version 3, which is currently in alpha, if you have that installed and you are using the MCM menu, when you go along to the mod config, you will find Immersive HUD has options for you. The general options, the first one I would advise you to change is the compass hotkey. So you click this, press the key you wish to use. I'm going to use my mouse button 4, and then leave the menu, and now I've got mouse button 4 controlling my compass. And there are a lot of other settings. You can check them all out. You can check when the crosshair appears. So for example, maybe you want the crosshair when you've got a melee weapon. Check it if you do. Maybe you don't want it when there are spells, and so on. You can disable stealth indicator, which I like, because I find the stealth indicator a little non-immersive. You can disable the enemy health indicators if you want to go really hardcore. The shout meter. Now, the shout meter I will show you. If I do a shout, just make sure I've got a decent shout. The clear skies will do. You will see the shout meter appear, so you can see whether your shout is ready to be recharged or not. If you don't like that, if you would rather that not appear as well, you can hide that. The transparencies panel, this basically lets you change the compass transparency and, well, everything's transparency. So maybe I want the compass to be only 50%, the crosshair to be 150%. Now, this might seem a little counterintuitive, but it means that the crosshair is actually more visible than whatever you've got set up as your heads-up display opacity. So it will be more visible. And say Magicka, I only want that at 70%, for example, no particular reason. Now my crosshair is very visible, but when I put the compass on, you can see the compass is a lot harder to see. So you've got a lot more control, and you can do it all via the MCM menu. If you are not using SkyUI version 3, you can control these from the console. One last thing, if you are upgrading from a previous version of Immersive HUD, I highly recommend that you make a clean save first. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's pretty simple. You need to uninstall your current version of Immersive HUD, load your game at your save, and immediately save it again. You're saving it with Immersive HUD uninstalled. Then quit the game, install the latest version of Immersive HUD, and start your game again, load the save you made, the clean save, and Immersive HUD will initialize as if it's never been installed. That is something I recommend you do for this version of the mod. It probably will not be required after this point, but there were a lot of changes with the SkyUI as we have progressed, so I would just recommend doing this. In fact, that is actually a fairly good technique to do on any mod when you are updating and having problems. If before you try anything else, try a clean save. That will often clear up the problem. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy the mod. Give me some feedback by all means, and I hope this video helped. See you guys next time.